I've always been dyslexic. That's what they called me. I can sometimes barely read and write, and sometimes I can read without a problem. So that kind of comes and goes. And I was always told as a child that they didn't know what they were going to do with me. Okay? So as I got older, I was bound and determined to do everything perfectly and to reach for that dream, for, the American dream, the white picket fence. And what I mean by that is having a successful career, buying cars, buying a house, having a family, because that's where happiness is. That's where success is. And I did it to find out that happiness wasn't there. I couldn't even find it in the corner of my house or the corner of how many cars I had. I couldn't find it. And one day that was a realization for me. And in that process, I was always coming down with ailments. I was always sick. Sometimes the doctor could find them, sometimes they could find what was wrong with me, or sometimes they couldn't find anything at all. And I don't do medical drugs, so I was always trying to find an alternative way to fix myself, help myself with herbs, natural things. And I always felt like my whole life I was like running after stuff and trying to keep it all together. And I hated the overthinking. I hated going to bed, trying to make sure to go through my schedule, make sure I got everything. I felt like I just needed a dang break from life. And to put it in a nutshell, finally one day I was told, hey, if you meditate, this is the only way. I was in. I didn't even care how much money it costed, any of that. I had done so much stuff. I wanted to be happy and sane because I felt like I was insane. So I started meditating, and to sit down for 5 minutes killed me. Oh, that was the hardest thing in the world for me to do. And I really was at that point of giving up on my life. So I was bound and determined to make 15 minutes work. I didn't really know if I was going to even be able to do it. But every morning I sat down, every morning, and I just didn't give up. And I fought it. And I had good days and I had bad days. And what you don't realize, it opens up a different doorway. You start unfolding and remembering who you are. And not everybody gets gifts, not everybody gets talents, but I discovered a talent that I had. But I also spent quite a few years figuring out how it works. What's this for? Why does it do this? Why? I started figuring out all this energy inside of myself and how it works. Then I started doing it on other people to see what was the reaction. And then I discovered that you had to have a will, that you had to have a want so bad, like I had, to not give up on yourself, to put it in your calendar, to put a reminder on your phone, to not forget, to start relearning something new. And those people that have that, they open up the door for possibilities and opportunities. So I came up with a method of teaching because people come up and ask me, how do you live the way you live? How do you do what you do? They want to be around me. They want to feel the energy. I vape a certain energy, and it feels like love. It feels Like happiness, it feels like safety. It feels like sparkles. Because I did the work. And the work is sitting down and doing things that don't cost no money. It doesn't cost any money to do this. But it's your determination. It's your will. How bad do you want to be happy? How bad do you want to figure out how to manifest? How bad do you want to figure out your life, your flow, enjoyment of each day? Because you don't have to go to college for it. And you don't have to work till your hands bleed. But you can't give up on you. Most people, sometimes they just drink themselves to death or get addicted to a drug to run away from their life. For me, that's not an option, because I don't do either. I know this almost turned into a lecture. I'm so sorry. But I just see people running away from who they are. And I want to say, if I did it, you can do it. Everyone always said, what are we going to do with her? You can't function in the world. Well, I did. And I had to work twice as hard to do it. But I did it. And I finally found happiness. But it wasn't following the American dream. So, anyways, okay, so the end of the story is I was a regular girl, discovered a ton of gifts, and I figured out how to teach. And I can assist in that and help with it, to ease it, to make it easier than what it was for me. But you still gotta show up every day. So, look forward to my other series that are coming out. So, Nela with fishbowl47.com.